Mm-hmm.
Apple employees are being asked to show up to work. What? Vin, you want to read this headline?
Yeah, it's title.
You want to read this headline, Vin?
It's from Red State, so.
Oh, it's from Red State, all right. You know,
Well,
look, you see the American flag where it says VIP? You become a VIP, you get an American flag beside you. Will's just trying to set the stage because his news feed is equal parts Red State, Blue State, which is healthy, by the way.
Sure, yeah.
It's healthy. And so we've definitely got an opinion piece here because the headline to this story, Apple employees suggesting that being asked to show up to work is racist. Now, I don't know if we have a quote or something to back that up.
Right there.
We got a quote? It doesn't make sense to hire smart people and then tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they can tell us what to do. Steve Jobs. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't about this specifically.
You can't make this stuff up. Apple employees are telling the company that its request to have them return to the office is in effect racist. In a Friday open letter available here, 200 employees from a group called Apple Together complained about the company's decision to have workers return to the office after long COVID hiatus. Okay, we're going to have to dig a little deeper here. Go to the next paragraph. Trying to convince them coming to the office will evidently make Apple younger, whiter, more male-dominated, more neuronormative, more able-bodied. In short, it will lead to privileges deciding who can work for Apple, not who'd be the best fit. Privileges like being born in the right place so you don't have to relocate, or being young enough to start a new life in a new city or country, or having a stay-at-home spouse who will move with you. And privileges like being born into a gender that society doesn't expect the majority of care work from. So it's easy to disappear into an office all day without doing your fair share of unpaid work in society, or being rich enough to pay others to do your care work for you. We are not asking for everyone to be forced to work from home. We are asking to decide for ourselves together with our teams and direct manager what kind of arrangement works best for each one of us, be that in an office or work from home or a hybrid approach. Stop treating us like school kids who need to be told when to be where and what homework to do. Well, I mean, this is a group of 200 members, to be clear. I'm just by nature are not representative of the entirety of Apple, which is an enormous company. So that's important to note. 200 employees are part of this group, Apple Together. I have heard, not just in Apple, but elsewhere, I've heard of this idea. Many are resistant to go back to work. They've just gotten used to the idea of working from home. Now, taking it to the extent of with all this series of reasons why you should be able to work from home. I mean, I'm sure that there's all kinds of complexities as to why this might work for some and not for others. And it's I don't think it's fully encompassed in this particular paragraph that you've highlighted here.
Yeah.
Well, I think you know, the argument is you just prefer it, you like it.
Then you can't write an entire document and post it over here if that's all it says. Hey, we should be allowed to work from home. We prefer it.
Yeah, but there's no
leverage there.
It helps your argument, or it's just a more honest argument.
Well, this is you're flexing some. You're looking for some leverage here. You're looking for some pressure here. These are buzzwords. This is pressure. Can't you feel it? Or is that too hard for you as a white male? Isn't that your excuse why you work from home, Vin? You're just freeing up opportunities for anybody who's not you? I don't know, man. Listen,
these are I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they would have been working in the office prior to this. You would think at least the majority of them.
That's annoying. That noise is annoying. Back door one open.
Well, you guys have that.
Yeah, why is this door open? This door's never open.
It's
Well,
the back
that would
door, isn't
require
it?
someone to get up.
Well,
and
the thing
close
is,
it.
they keep going in and out of the back door, but like that door, that door is where the noise comes from, right from the
Oh,
alarm.
right, yeah.
So
Well,
it's about
if
3
we
times
close
as
the
loud.
door,
I'm sure
should be
that I'm
fine.
sure in the chat they hear it. Back door open. Back door open.
All right, well,
I'm gonna have to write a petition or something. I'm gonna have to get some signatures. Get rid of the back door open.
Yeah, I mean, this is occurring everywhere. It's going to be the battle of
Well, here's
of
the
back to
thing. Do you
office.
remember? You remember, Vin?
Which is, I mean, every
you remember? Go ahead. Go ahead.
well, no, every corporation is in this fight right now. I mean, the group is shrinking.
Damn, Vin came in today. Vin's ready today.
No.
Normally he's tight-lipped. Go ahead, Vin. Go ahead. Let him have it.
No, I'm just saying the groups are shrinking. I mean, then it just gets down to both sides, the fight you want to take, who lets up and just says, but I don't know the way things are trending.
Let me
it
tell you
seems
what's
like
going
it's,
on here. Let me tell you what's going on here, Vin. You remember when you went to high school and they said to you, hey, you can take this class over here. It's called law class. Remember that? Did you take that class?
Mm-hmm.
Will, did you take that class?
I don't remember.
Well, what were you? Of all of us, you should remember. Out of this group here of 3, I feel like you would be at the top of the high school memory department. Anyway, you go in there and you would be presented a case and you would have what's called a mock debate.
Yeah, mock trial.
A mock trial, mock debate, whatever it might be, or just a debate, I guess. But it would be a fake scenario. And I remember I got placed on the side of the argument that I didn't personally agree with. You know, young high school aged.
Mm-hmm.
I got placed in the scenario of defending the killer. I mean, not it wasn't an actual murder trial, but I'm saying the equivalent of that on a lower scale, that you would be on the side of a debate and that you would take on the challenge of making the argument as best you could, even though you weren't necessarily in agreement with it. That is something you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And once you start, and by the way, I'm not saying that that's necessarily exactly what's going on here, but once you get into a conversation or an argument, you are searching for leverage. You're searching for an advantage. You're searching for persuasion. And this set of buzzwords, this type of persuasion is currently effective. It's currently effective.
Why can't the argument just be lifestyle choice? Like, is it such an important thing to have people going to an office building or a headquarters, what have you, Monday to Friday? I think that you can, I think that, I mean, there are countries that reduce, the number of work days per week. I mean, I think that's the direction you go. I don't know if this is, this just makes it, I don't know, more complicated.
Apple's argument is that that it has its own culture and that it requires the mixing of certain teams and projects, and to have people in the same place becomes a contributing factor to that culture. And they would say creativity, and they would have a whole laundry list of reasons why they think it's more effective for them as a company to have people coming into the office, even if it's infrequently. And that's how you end up with petitions like this, is because Apple, after COVID started to lighten up, they said, nah, you got to come back. And it was controversial at the time. People said the things you said. On the other side, Shopify, Canadian company, tech company, they went the other direction. They said, oh, that worked. Forget about our office. Bye-bye. Work from home. Stay remote. So this has to do a lot with how a company envisions what success and failure looks like for them, and how they perceive the effects of having people physically there or not there.
Their productivity ideas, what you're getting at, being together. There must be, I don't know.
There's all types of breakout rooms and chit chats, and I think Apple is smart. I mean, they probably have all types of productivity measures. There's probably a lot of people. There's probably some people eating Cheetos at home, Vin. Let's tell the truth right here. You telling me there's not one or two out of those 300 that are eating Cheetos?
I mean, it wasn't difficult to see all of this coming at the beginning of this. I mean, as soon as the working from home thing, I mean, it was always gonna. It's just how do you ease everyone back into the pre-times? I mean, it's I don't think you're never going to get 100%. It's just, what do you do with those groups then? I don't know if the
they don't even say. Look at the word they write in the headline: office bound work. What is that?
Yeah,
that's like a new term. Office bound, like you are bound to the office to get work done.
To a certain degree,
makes it sound like prison.
Well, to a certain degree, you have to think that talks were taking place behind the scenes, and then things weren't going anywhere. That leads to this being public with it, anyways. And
you want to know something though? Some of these companies, like Apple, are so.
I would argue, be honest, something's going on at their offices that they feel is super important.
Oh baby. You know what they're pumping in that HVAC?
Well,
you know, the songbirds in the HQ.
Something.
You're talking about mass hypnosis. You talking about cult-like behavior. You talking about Kool-Aid. Those are some serious accusations, man.
Well, Spotify doesn't, or Shopify doesn't care.
You can't.
Which to them, I don't think. I mean, you save on the real estate or whatever. I don't know if they really need too much.
Well, I don't know if this is important or not, but Shopify is a software company, and Apple is also a software company, but they're also a hardware company. So that there would be design teams that would, be physically inspecting and manipulating and prototyping designs in California as well.
How important to Apple is their headquarters?
Oh my God! Well, you talking about the spaceship,
the imagery, the whole like.
You nuts? That thing could lift off at any time. You kidding? That thing took 20 years to build.
For the brand,
it's an infinite loop. It's infinity.
That's what I'm saying. So for these brands, these headquarters.
Oh baby, $4 billion, $5 billion. It's a huge investment, massive. And Tim can't be there alone. He gets lonely. Tim's like, "Where's my people at?" He goes, "Look, so you know how long he has to walk to see somebody in there? Everybody's working from home. Everybody's sleeping at home." He goes, "Hello? Anybody?" His phone's just pinging off. Yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe they have some insight that eventually people at home get lonely, or maybe they have some insight. I don't know. Like I said, they're a smart company. They're worth $1 trillion. They've had a massive effect on society. They probably have metrics we're not looking at, and they got to get that HVAC going. They got to kick up that HVAC and get you in there so you can breathe that rarefied air at infinite loop, and you can go see the chef and be like, "Damn, I like working here." Well, let's think of it this way. If you're working from home, you may have more power. Here's why. Because the actual transition process to another job working from home is nothing. No relocation. You're like a free agent. right? Your real estate doesn't matter. I don't know what type of contract you have, but you can snap your fingers, get a better offer, and be like, oh, I'm programming for these guys now.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a lack of leverage, and maybe Apple knows that. Oh, they're going to get poached. All of a sudden, they're getting offers from Facebook or a bunch of Web3 companies or whatever it might be, Amazon. And those other companies are like, yeah, go ahead. You can work from home. And then all of them collectively have to become more competitive with their offers and such. Whereas if you go to Apple's HQ, you're like, look at me. I'm walking around infinite. It's a culture, so on and so forth.
But everyone's having to deal with it. Like, isn't Facebook as well having to kind of deal with similar type things?
Every tech company is going through this right now. The office thing, the getting back into the office thing. And I don't think it will ever be the same, but I also don't think they're going to give up on the idea of having some people physically nearby at some point. Willie Doo's moving us forward, Vin, because we really got snagged there. And there's no way we could have predicted how motivated you were today when you came in. In fact, we couldn't even predicted that you were coming here. But then when you came in with that level of motivation, Willie Doo got blindsided. He had a list of tabs.
I don't even know.
And you love the Apple topic. You love it with the working from home.
Wow, it wasn't difficult to see this coming.
Yeah.